Good morning, everyone. My name is Various Smith, and welcome to Saturday School. This is number 4, Saturday School number 4. In previous weeks, we have talked about lots of things with regarding setting up your WordPress website, and we're going to continue there this week. But first, I will make a few announcements. As you may be accustomed to, every week I make, if you have been to previous Saturday schools, every week I make a few announcements with regard to what's going on in the WordPress community, what we do on a regular basis, what the WordPress community is about, and hopefully this is a bit helpful to you. So thank you for coming, and I look forward to hopefully seeing each one of you at a live event here in Riverside, in downtown Riverside. We have our Inland Empire WordPress Meetup group. So without further ado, I am going to begin my announcements. So I will share my screen with you. And we will begin. Okay, so as you can see, this is a tab on Facebook, on my browser, demonstrating our Facebook group. So here in the Inland Empire, we actually have a meetup group. We meet once a month, every first Tuesday of the month. And this group here, if you go to facebook.com/groups, Inland Empire WP, then that's where you can come and join our group, our meetup group. This is where we're at when we don't meet in person, and we talk about things that are happening in our meetup group, and we also share tips, we share tricks, advice, coordinate plans, and also just helpful resources. So you can check us out there. That's our Facebook group for the Inland Empire WordPress Meetup group. You're tuning into this possibly from just directly from YouTube, or maybe you saw it on Twitter or something like that. But I just want to let you know what Saturday School is about and what the Inland Empire WordPress Meetup group is about. I said a little bit about it, but if you would like to go to meetup.com/Inland Empire WP. Go to meetup.com/Inland Empire WP. This it's where you can sign up for a meetup. This is our group here. We meet in Riverside, California. You come and check us out. It's not just for advanced users. All are welcome. So we're WordPress enthusiasts in the Inland Empire. We meet once a month on the first Tuesday in person to discuss all things WordPress. We meet via live stream, virtually, what you're watching right now, every Saturday for Saturday School. You can find the archives of this Saturday School on YouTube. And hopefully it'll become a really great resource to everyone who is wanting to learn more of the basics of WordPress. And also, we meet online in our Facebook group as well. You come to the Facebook group for help and support. We are all about supporting you. We're all about helping you. We want you to begin to understand these basics of WordPress, because once you understand the basics of WordPress, you can move forward into doing more advanced things. Or if you're just a do-it-yourself business owner, then you learn about the basics of WordPress. People say it's so easy. It is, but there's a lot of moving parts. So go ahead and check out meetup.com/Inland Empire WP. It's a great way for you to learn more about the WordPress community, the WordPress technology, and just the entire culture surrounding it. As you can see, you can RSVP for a WordPress meetup, and if you RSVP for the meetup, we do expect you to show up. If you're not going to come, then do not RSVP. The next thing would be the Twitter. You can follow us on Twitter, okay? So if you go to twitter.com/IEWP, follow us on Twitter. We are definitely, on Twitter and just trying to get the word out about what the WordPress community, how you can learn by being connected to the WordPress community here in the Inland Empire. So check us out there. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on on Google+. If you would like to join one of these Saturday schools, eventually I want to open it up to where we can have students here on the Hangout. At this point, we haven't had students here on the Hangout, but if you want to be on this Hangout, then make sure to follow us. Follow us so that you can jump on the Hangout during Saturday school, and you can find out more or be actually here and ask questions live in person. So follow us on Google+ as well. That's meetup.com, Twitter, Google+, and follow us on Facebook. We do have a Facebook page. We have a Facebook group and we have a Facebook page. So our Facebook page, my goal is to get this thing to 100. We're still not at 100, and I've neglected this page just a little bit, but just search Inland Empire WP Meetup Group. That's the Facebook page. So we have a Facebook page and a Facebook group. You can join the group, get into the group, and you can also follow this Facebook page because I'll be making lots of announcements from here. We make announcements from here, and so there you have it. And briefly, I'll just give you a little bit of a kind of a preview. We do have the Meetup group, and one more thing I didn't look up, but you can go to YouTube, and I'll show this to you, youtube.com, and just search for Inland Empire WordPress. We are on youtube.com as well. So I want you to check out us on YouTube. Search up Inland Empire WordPress, and this is our YouTube group, IEWP Meetup group. You can check us out here, and we're live now. You can see we're live now because this is the Saturday school, and also just to give you just kind of a little bit of a taste of what our Meetup group is like. I think I have a short video clip I could play for you. We had a holiday party just recently, so like if you didn't come, I would recommend you come to one of the future ones because we just have a lot of fun. We're just about having fun, sharing WordPress, and helping you learn. Right. So this was our holiday party. Tonight we're talking about fun with forms. Oh, that is upside down. Anyway, holiday party and our final meetup for the year 2015. So we have a great spot that we meet up at in downtown Riverside. We got members who come And normally they'll bring some type of dessert or something like that. And so you're welcome to come. You are so welcome to come. Next thing to check out is our WordPress website, our Inland Empire WordPress website. Check us out, inlandempirewp.com. And this is where you can actually sign up for Saturday School. This is the Saturday School page. So inlandempirewp.com/Saturday-School. So check us out there as well. And that's just a brief overview of our social media presences. Once again, meetup.com, Twitter, Google+, Facebook, and YouTube. We are on every one of those channels, and I encourage you to check us out there because we just have a lot going on, and like we're basically wanting to help and support you with your WordPress problems, with your WordPress issues. The best place to grab help again is going to be in public. First of all, in public, in person at our Meetup group. And then the second place that you can actually go to is going to be our Facebook group, which is right here. So yeah, sorry about this Facebook feed, all kind of stuff in it. But yeah, so you can go here, Inland Empire WordPress, and that's where you can grab some help. So yeah, I would encourage you to check that out, and also here on the Saturday School broadcast. So those are short announcements. The next announcement I want to make about is WordCamp US. WordCamp US is actually going on right now. It ends tomorrow. It's December 4th through 6th. And it's happening in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So WordCamp is an amazing weekend event where you can go and be surrounded by people in the WordPress community. You can meet lots of developers, designers, and WordPress users who all share a common interest of learning WordPress. So I'm in a little bit of a competition this weekend. I'm sure everybody's at the WordCamp rather than watching Saturday School. But you can check out WordCamp. There are many WordCamps that happen all around the world, and they happen regularly. WordCamp US is going on right now in Philadelphia. February 5th and 6th, WordCamp Paris is actually happening. So if you're in Paris, you can check that out. And then there's also WordCamp Miami coming up in February 19th through 20, February 19th through the 21st. Heard WordCamp Miami is just absolutely awesome. I've never been there. I don't know, I may shoot to try to make it there. We have several WordCamps here on the West Coast in California where I'm at. But if you would like to see all of the upcoming WordCamps, go to central.wordcamp.org. Central.wordcamp.org, and you can find out tons more about WordCamps and see if there is one in your local area. So you can also, they have a little button here, find a WordCamp. So check that out. It's a great opportunity for you to learn WordPress, be educated, meet people in the WordPress community in an entire weekend that goes for, get this, 40 to 50 bucks. I kid you not, 40 to 50 bucks. The tickets are always within that price range because there are sponsors. And the people who sponsor WordCamp enable it to be that price. You get a catered meal for the weekend. You also get a t-shirt, a WordCamp t-shirt, and tons of different types of WordCamp swag. All of that is a great deal, a great opportunity for those of you who are interested in just plugging into the WordPress community, which should be each and every one of you. So check out WordCamp. I'll show you one other amazing, excuse me, amazing resource, because I want to get you plugged in. If you go to WordPress.tv, and let's say you just want to understand what a WordCamp is like, what's the atmosphere, what is it, what is it about? Go to WordPress.tv and you can find out more about WordCamp. These are where the WordCamps are actually uploaded. So there are lots of different types of WordPress presentations, not only WordCamps, but WordCamps are probably the bulk of what's on this website. So you got WordCamp, you got different related events that are all about WordPress. And so come on here and check it out, WordPress TV. You can even find, if there's a WordCamp in your area, you can look here on the sidebar, and you can browse by the year. You can browse by, subtitles in the languages. So great opportunity for you to know more about WordPress and the WordPress community, WordCamp in WordPress TV. So that is another amazing opportunity just for you to check out. So without further ado, looks like we will now dive into our learning. Hey, welcome guys.
They work so much. She feels that Bailey isn't getting enough attention.
Is that Greg?
I was wondering if you and Greg would think about adopting her.
No.
Then your little boy could have a friend.
All right. So yes. So we do have someone who has joined our broadcast, and we will continue to move forward. Greg is the core here at the Inland Empire Meetup group, and so let's see, Greg, are you there? I accidentally muted him, so I gotta find out how to unmute him. Let's see. We got 2 viewers, so I guess it's myself and Greg. Let's see. Anyway, all right. So what we're gonna do is really quick, briefly close this here and open up the WP theme setup guide while I figure out briefly. Let's see. Okay. 1 second here. Just 1 second here. All right, I'm just having a few technical difficulties, so I'm trying to get this together. Okay, so what I'll do is last week we talked a little bit. We actually got all the way through the Meetup, or through the WP theme setup guide, all the way through to post types. And so we went through several of the post types, and what you can see here on the screen is actually some of the post types that we talked about. We talked about the post, regular post, which is a blog post, and we also talked about the page post type, the attachment post type. You can see all of these in the previous video from last week, the Meetup Saturday School number 3. And then we also have the revision post type. We talked a little bit about that. And we got all the way through most of those things, all the way to the navigation menu post type. So we talked a little bit about navigation menus, and this is where we're going to pick up today. So just to remind you, fundamentally within WordPress, every type of content could be considered, as far as like the most basic object in WordPress is a post. So all of these different post types are still posts, if you can wrap your mind around that. But they're different. There are different types of posts. So these different types of posts allow content to be manipulated and controlled in different ways. Each one of these different types of content play a specific role. And so we were talking about the navigation menu last week, and we were going to go through a little bit more of what the navigation menu is and does and how it helps your blog. We mentioned that, you know, without a navigation menu, people can't navigate through your website. That's probably one of the first things you want to build out when you begin to set up your theme. If you downloaded your theme, you got it going. One of the first things you want to do is build out a navigation menu to kind of navigate through there. So what I'll do is, you can see I've got my local, my locally installed version of WordPress here on my development websites through desktop server. I'm going to open up the website we were working on last week, and the website is called SaturdaySchool.dev. You can check this out. I'm just sharing this on my screen, and we were using, I can't remember the theme we were actually using at this moment, because really the theme is not all that important. What fundamentally I want you to understand is the most important aspects of how to build this content and control your website. So go into your dashboard, like right here, click on dashboard. I'm going to go into the dashboard, and what I'll do is demonstrate how to set up a menu. We talked a little bit about it last week, but we're going to cover it again. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out one other thing here. All right. Okay, so in the dashboard, I jump into the dashboard. I actually have some of the most basic tools that I need. But to find the menus, I'm going to go under Appearance, Menus, okay? So click on, in your dashboard, go to Appearance, and then click on Menus. So that is, this is a place where you're gonna go to begin to build out your menu. So some important aspects to know about your menus is that Well, first I'm going to open up our actual site in another tab here so that we can go out and we can look, you know, what's the progress, what are we doing, what are we actually setting up. Here on the other tab, I can see the front end of my website. And so this front end of my website enables me to, you know, just kind of go back and forth. And on my current menu that I see here, this is just the very first menu that pops up in front of me. I see that the structure of it is the home page, sample page, a child sample page. This is what we built last week. And then there's also a link to the blog. So these 4 links currently occupy the menu that I have. And so I go out to the front end and I see home, sample page, child sample page, and blog. These are the 4 menu items that I just saw here, and this is the structure that was created by us last week. An important thing that I want to go back over from last week is that in each theme there are particular locations that have been set up by the theme developer where you can actually place an entire menu. And to see that, you just go to this Manage Locations tab. If you have not yet created a menu on your theme, you will not see this Manage Locations tab. So, but once you have created and saved your first menu, this tab will appear. And then you'll see what is the locations that are inside of this current theme. So in this current theme, I see, number 1, a primary location. So, and inside of this primary location, I have a primary menu. So this is the only location that I do have, and it is also the only menu that I currently have because I only created 1 menu. So this is a great place to kind of let you know as well that this location is this location here. So the primary location is located underneath the header of this theme. Now, down here at the bottom, these are what you would call widget areas. And inside of a widget area, you can also place menu items. And so you don't necessarily need tons of locations to have tons of menus. So let's say you wanted a footer menu, but there's no footer location. Well, within the footer, within a footer widget, you can actually put a footer menu. So keep that in mind. You're not limited by locations or a lack of locations. You're only limited by your imagination. So you can check that out. Oh, sorry guys. I'm having a little bit of difficulty over here. Thanks for the text message. I just got it. I was just so focused on what I was presenting. So let me go back over it really quick. Okay. So number 1, the Manage Locations tab is right here. It won't appear unless you have an actual menu. Thank you for the text message because I was not going to answer my phone. I'm having a little difficulty just trying to get through this, but inside of this location right here as well, you can let's see, inside of the location, you can place your menu, and you're not limited by locations. You're only limited by your imagination. This is the primary area right here on the header. That primary location actually demonstrates where the menu is. And so, but there are also below here at the bottom, these are a bunch of widget areas. These widget areas, you can place your menu inside of the widget area. So let's go ahead and let's build another menu really quickly. You can place almost anything you want in a menu that's available to you here on this left side. So first of all, we have a primary menu. We're just going to set up another menu. We're going to create a new menu. Click on create new menu. And I'm going to just call this not secondary because there's no secondary menu location. Actually, what I'll do is I'll call it widget menu. And so creating a widget menu. I just give it a title, create menu, so easy. And the next thing I'll do is I'll just build out my structure. So if I want to do that, I'll just come in here and I'll see, okay, what are the pages that I want to put inside of my widget menu? So I understand that the widgets are here at the bottom. What I will begin to do is place in some very just vital links. Home, blog, sample page, child sample page. Click and add each one of those to the menu. And I have each one of those items there. And I want this to be a child page. So I hover over this link and I get this little four-way arrow that lets me know that I can move it. And I drag it, drag it to the right, and it becomes a child of this link right here. So the next thing I do is I will save this menu, and the widget menu has been updated. But I want to add a few more things to the menu because I just don't want it to be, I don't want it to be only pages. So what I can do is I can add an actual blog post. There's the Hello World blog post. If I wanted to link directly to a blog post, then I can do that. I just click add to menu, and there it is. It becomes another menu item inside of here. And then these are all the other things that are available. So let's say I wanted to add a custom link to Google. Why do I say Google? Because it's just the first website I thought of, and it's the biggest, I guess. Everybody goes there. So add that to the menu as well. All right, so we got a Google link there as well. And that's a custom link. So it's going to google.com. And I can also, if I wanted to, add categories from my blog. And this list here on the left side will continue to grow as I create different types of content. If I created a custom post type, then I could choose to have the custom post type appear here on the left side as well. Right now, we're not going to go into custom post types because we're just going to talk about this post type, which is the menu item. All right, so the next thing I would do is, let's just say I wanted to add the category. By default, uncategorized is the only category that comes installed with WordPress. So I will add this uncategorized, and it will show every post. If I click on this on the front end, it will show every post that is inside of this category. And those posts, appear laid out according to whatever template, page template has been created for archived posts. So the next thing I do is save this menu. This is our new menu structure. It is the widget menu. And if I go out to the front end, I won't see this menu because I haven't placed it anywhere. It's not in a location. So I just, just for kicks, go out here, press refresh. You see nothing's changed. But what I want to do is, let's say, because it's a widget menu, I can go to the widgets area under appearance, widgets here. When I click on it, then I see that we have one widget area. Okay, and this is the footer widget. So we got, within this widget, we got search, recent posts, recent comments, archives, categories, meta. So I can go out here and I can see these are all the things: search, archives, recent posts, recent categories, recent comments, and meta. So those are all there. Okay, so I know I'm in the right place. So what I want to do is I want to remove this meta. So I will go here and I can remove this one of two ways. Either I will drag this off like that, which is really fast and easy, or I can click the actual widget. This is what you consider the widget, and I can click delete, and it will remove it as well. All right, so boom, I just deleted the meta from the footer widget, and it automatically saves in the background via Ajax. The next thing I would do is go out to the website, refresh, and see the widget area is completely removed. Awesome. The next thing I'll do is begin to add my widget menu. Now what's cool is that here in WordPress we have this widget right here. You have all of your available widgets on the screen. All of your available widgets here are going to be on the left side, and then all of your widget areas are going to be on the right side. So I'm going to just grab an available widget called custom menu. I can actually click on it, and this is cool because WordPress just recently added this a couple of versions back. Is that you can click on an available widget and it will ask you where would you like to place it, which in this case, because there's only one widget area, it doesn't really, you know, it doesn't show you how effective it is. So, but what I'll do is say, okay, I want to put it in the footer widget area. I can just click this add widget button and it'll pop up in the footer widget area right here. So there's my custom menu. And I'll show you the other way too. So I'll drag this out, boom, and the next way to do that is drag it into the custom widget area. So the first way that I showed you to add a widget is actually a real helpful way to add widgets when you have lots of widgets and lots of widget areas and you're scrolling down. You just can't drag it as easily like I just drug this widget, custom menu. And it's a great way to add widgets. So for this custom menu, it gives me the opportunity to add a title, which will be widget menu. I'm going to add that title. And it also will give me the opportunity to select an actual menu that's been created. So if I have not created a menu, then it will not show up in this menu dropdown, which is very helpful, very, very helpful. So we got the primary menu, the one we created, and we have the widget menu. I select the widget menu, press save, and I can go out to the front of the website again, press refresh, and I'll see my widget menu. Now, these are all of the links that are in the menu. I placed those links inside of the menu, and you know, I can click on either one of them. It will take me where I want to go. So let's just say I want to go to the blog. Click on the blog, takes me there, and it opens in the same window. So it's targeted to open within the same window. But let's say I want to go to Google. I click on that. This is the link that I created, and it does take me to Google. However, it takes me away from my website. And that's not what I want to happen. I want people, if they're going to go to Google, then I don't want them to leave my site. I want the link to be targeted to a new tab. And I can actually choose to do that through the menus area. So what I'll do is I'll go back to appearance, menus, and I'll show you a few more options for your menus. One of the very basic things that I love to show people, because sometimes it's not as easy to find or it's not as easily evident, is the screen options. So screen options are here at the top right, and screen options appear contextually on every page. So it also gives you a lot of different options that you can turn off or on. So for the menus area, we have a lot of screen options, okay? And we can choose to show different things on the screen. So like right here on the left side, we have these different menu items that we can add. And we can also choose to show more menu items like products. So you see it just added products here on the left side. And this is specific for WooCommerce, which we hadn't set up. It's just a plugin that we installed in the beginning. We can add tags. We can add product categories. We can just add every one if we wanted to. And these are different elements you can add into your menu. So don't forget about the screen options. However, the screen options also give you an option to add different advanced menu properties is what it's called here. Show advanced menu properties. But what those advanced menu properties have to do with your blog is that they will enable you to change different things about an individual link. So let's go to this Google link that we created. It's a custom link. I can click the actual link on the menu, and it will show me these are the properties of this exact link. So there's a URL, the navigation label, which, you know, of course, it could be search engine optimized. And, you know, this is just a way for people to know where the link is going to be. But I can also add a title attribute. So there are tons of ways that the title attribute is used by search engines. The title attribute is used by different JavaScripts to do different types of things. And like if I add a title attribute, it will also be read by a screen reader. So if I click on title attribute, here now appears a box, which is the title attribute. And I can label this so that a screen reader will know what's going on. And this is for accessibility and for people who are using screen readers. And what I can add into the title attribute is something like go or navigate to Google in a tab. So this is not visible. This is not visible to the human eye, but it is visible to technology that makes your website accessible to people who can't see, and to blind people. And so it also is very helpful to people who, you know, it's very helpful to those who are, you know, visually impaired in some way. So the title attribute is there. Let's save the menu briefly, and we'll go out and I'll show you one other thing that it does, the title attribute does. So if I refresh my page, I've added a title attribute to the Google link. Go out, hover over Google, and it gives me what was in the title attribute, navigate to Google in a tab. However, if I click this link now, it's actually going to open up in the same window. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to look at the screen options again. I'm going to look at these other options, and I'll just cover them in one fell swoop. So link target is the one that we're going to want to set. We can click that on. CSS classes. If you are working with CSS, let's just say you wanted to make this link in and of itself very unique. You can add an actual CSS class, custom CSS class. You can add link relationships. And it says XFN. Well, XFN stands for the XML Friends Network. And there's sort of, it really is not necessary for you to use this. It used to be kind of a big thing and people were promoting it, but you don't have to use that one. So the link relationship, don't worry about that one. In description, you can add a description to the link itself, and I'll click that one on. So let's go back to the Google link, and now we have enabled this tab or the target ability to add a target. Click on that, and it's going to say open link in new tab. So that's good. Description, I could actually place inside of the description the same thing that I placed in the title, which is navigate to Google in a tab. And the description will be displayed in the menu if the theme supports it. So that's only if it's been coded in there. So what's going to need to happen is that we're going to have to test it. So I will save this menu. I've just modified the link to cause Google to open in a tab, and I've also added a description. So let's save the menu. And then we'll go back out to the website. And I'm going to refresh the page. And let's see if it supports descriptions. Okay, so the descriptions are not supported because the description would have shown up here in this widget menu. They may be supported in this top menu. Descriptions may be supported in this top menu. The only way to find out is for me to test it, but we're not going to test that now. But now if I click on this link, it's going to open in a new tab, and it keeps the tab of my website open as well. So that's exactly what I wanted to accomplish. And so that's a helpful thing to do, and helpful thing to understand. So here in the top menu, again, in the menu, appearance, menus, we covered quite a few things. We covered how you can create new menus. We've covered how you can add a menu via a widget. We've covered how to add menu items from the left sidebar. We've covered how to view your screen options and select what shows up on your screen, precisely like the available menu items would be this first row. And then we've also covered the advanced menu properties that you can enable per link. Okay, so those are a few things about the menu. We also covered the locations. So we covered how you can manage your locations. Those are a few things. And one other thing that I want to cover, because I just noticed it again, is that you can also manage your menu in the customizer. And the customizer is a way for you to get kind of an immediate look at what your website looks like as you develop it. So the customizer, it's the kind of the future of the back end of WordPress and customizing your WordPress website. So here in the customizer, they have a menus area, and I can come into this, and look at, there's my menu locations, and I can also see the current available menus. So I have the primary menu that I created and the widget menu that I've created. I can go to each one of these menus and I can add a menu item. It really is a handy way for you to create your menus. So if I wanted to, I could add another menu just like this, and I'll call it customizer menu, because we'll know we built this one in the customizer. And we could add it via a widget as well if we wanted to. So I just created a customizer menu. So gives me the opportunity here to manage the locations, which means I can choose where do I want this menu to appear. I can choose to have it, automatically add new top level pages to this menu. And that would be I would only do that if that were, just a basic menu, and I knew that every page is going to be proper for that menu. I would select that. But if not, then I'm just going to go ahead and add the items that I want, and I'll just add maybe 2 or 3 items just to let you see how this works. So customize the menu, I'll click add item. I can choose what type of item, or I could search the items. So let's just add a page. We'll add the home page. let's just add let's add a post. We'll add a post. Just showing you the variety. I mean, it's very easy. And then I could add a category from the blog area. So the only category right now that's available is uncategorized. And I can even add a custom link. So I'd go here and I'll add a custom link, Facebook. And I can change this, Facebook. Change the label, add that to menu, and I can choose here these custom attributes. So with Facebook, I would definitely want that to open in a new tab. I wouldn't want it to open in my same website to take people away from my website. If I wanted to be picky, I'd just add an S right there because we know Facebook has switched over to SSL. And there is the customizer menu that I've created. However, I want to go ahead and save that because I want to always save my menu. And what I can do is, this has no location, so it's not going to appear anywhere. What I can do is from the customizer, go back and I can go to my widgets area, and I see that here we have all of the widgets that were available previously. And if I just wanted to add a new widget, a new menu widget, I'll just click here and I can just choose a custom menu because we want to put the customizer menu there. So let's go ahead and we'll say the title of it is going to be customizer. Oh my goodness, I guess my somehow my session expired, but we'll log back in here. All right, so we're back. Good thing I saved my menu because that would have been disaster. All right, so this is a little bit weird though. And the reason why my session expired is it's kind of a weird thing, but I would have expected it not to expire as I'm in the customizer. But let me go back to the customizer. Let's click on customize here. Excuse me. And I go back to widgets, like I was at widgets earlier, and I go to footer widget, and I will add a widget. This is where we were last couple of moments ago, and we'll add this widget. We'll just call it customizer menu. Customizer menu. And I will select the customizer menu that I just created. And there we have our customizer menu. I'm going to put it in the footer widget above the search box. So as you can see, the screen is actually auto-updating here in the customizer. And now I have my customizer menu, and I could actually click on this. It's giving me a title as I hover over it. It says shift click to edit the widget, which is pretty cool as well. But I'm just going to click on this because I remembered that I'd set this Facebook link to open in another tab, and it is, oh, it's not allowing me to do that. Let me save it really quick. And then let me go out to the front end of the website and refresh. And let's see if it'll do that. There we go. So it opens Facebook in another tab there, and that's exactly what we wanted it to do. So there we have it. We've built two menus. We've talked a lot about the different types of things you can do within your menus, how you can manage them here in the menu interface under appearance menus, or you can manage them within your customizer, within the customizer. So the customizer it's really powerful, and it is a great way for you to manage menus as well as other content. And it is actually still in development, but it is very usable. And I would encourage you to check the customizer out a bit more. We will go more into the customizer a bit more on some future Saturday schools. So with all of that said, about our menus, what I would like to do is just go back to our guide and see what's next. So we talked about every post type that's listed. The post, the page, the attachment. We talked about revisions. Those are in previous videos. You can find them on YouTube. We talked about revisions, navigation menus. We covered primarily today. And so the next thing we would, I would love to do is just go over page templates. So whenever you download your new theme and you're getting ready to set it up, page templates are something that give you variety, okay? In a lot of premium themes, they come as options. You can also create different page templates through page builder plugins. There's a lot of different page builder plugins out there. And so what I'll do is go into our theme that we currently have installed, and I'll see if there are any page templates, because this theme is pretty basic. If not, then we can always activate another theme and show you what page templates are. So in order to look at page templates, we do have to go to pages. So we'll go to all pages, and we will, let's just look at our home page briefly. And let's see. Page templates, the way you're going to know if your current page or your current theme has page templates available is that you're going to need to look underneath the page attributes. And that will be found here in the editor, the page editor. The page and the post editor are very similar, so it's normally just called the editor. And on the right side, normally under page attributes, they would have available page templates. Now this one doesn't have page templates available. So what I will do is I'll go underneath appearance themes, and I'm going to activate a theme that I know has a page template, several page templates available, or would have at least one available. So let me go ahead and activate 2015, because the 2015 theme is the theme that's given by WordPress, is a good example for what a WordPress theme should be, and what's available in it. So we've activated 2015, and if I go back out to the blog, I'll refresh the actual blog, and you see the entire look has changed. So on this theme, we're more than likely dealing with different locations for our menus. It's completely different because it's a completely different theme. But what I will do is I will go under pages, and let's go to the home page as we were at the home page previously. And I look, and underneath page attributes, they actually don't have any page templates as well. So I might need to go for something a little bit more exquisite. Third time is a charm, right? Let's just go in and let's go back to appearance. I'm sorry. Yeah, appearance themes. And we're just gonna look one more time to see if we can grab one. And what you can do is you can look at the theme details, and you can always find out what, you know, what the theme has. So this is the QWERTY theme. It's real basic. It says it has one column, responsive layout, white, light, translation ready, custom menu, sticky post. So I'm going through here. So we had this sophistic. It was activated on like probably the first video. So here we go. Underneath tags, we have featured images, and look, there's an update available for it. We have responsive layout, 2 columns, threaded comments, custom menu, light, left sidebars, sticky post, translation ready, white, gray, custom background, full width template. So that tells me they do at least have, possibly have other page templates. Let's try to give that one a shot. And right now it's 10:08, and so in a few minutes we're going to be wrapping this up. What I'm going to do is just click this update button for now. Since this is locally hosted, I'm going to just update this theme, and it's removing the old version. It's going to give me the new version, and I'll activate the new updated theme and go out to the blog, refresh, and yes, it takes on an entirely different look because it is an entirely different theme. And so we would go back to pages, all pages, and we're going to the home page. I'm going to click on edit. And once we are there at the home page, we are going to look to see, ta-da, there we have it. And this is a sophistic theme. So we have page attributes, we have parent, you know, where you can set the parent page if you want to set a parent page. Then we also have page templates. So it only has one page template, as it did say, but I mean, if you're out there shopping for themes and you're looking for new themes or a premium theme or going through, sometimes you'll see themes with tons of page templates and you're like, man, how do I get that look and feel? Well, those are normally page templates. And we'll probably go more in depth into page templates. We're actually going to have to go more in depth to page templates next week. And so what I'll do for now is, let's just, okay, so this is set to the default page template. And this is the home page right here. Okay, what I'll do is I'll set it to full width page template, and then I'll click update. And then we're gonna see what is the difference in the look and feel of the website with the full width page template. Is there a difference? And so if there is a difference, then you know, we'll notice right offhand. So I set the home page to the full width page template, and let's see. It doesn't look different to me. So that may not be the best example. All right, so, okay, so here we are with this page template. We will wrap it up here. You know, in the back end, you can change the page template from here, but next week we'll have a theme with more page templates that will be a lot better for you to understand page templates and how you can change the look and feel of a page simply by changing the page template. Let me go through. So to review, we talked a lot about menus today, and we also talked about page templates. I am now turning off my screen. I had quite a few, I guess what I would say is technical difficulties today, and I can see that you guys are attempting to contact me, and it is absolutely hard for me to actually really get these messages while I'm in the middle of a broadcast. So what I'm thinking is that in the following weeks, if you would like to be on the broadcast, I'm sending out a link on Facebook, and I'll send the link out as well via meetup.com, and it will allow you to get into the broadcast so that you can also ask your questions. We do have the chat, but I kind of missed the chat as well. But it's okay. So we talked about the menus. We talked about a lot about the menus, covered most of the menus today, and also a little bit about page templates, which we will be going into more depth about next week. So we're still working out the bugs and trying to get this streamlined to where you're actually learning something. Hopefully you are learning something. If you are learning something, I covered your feedback. If you have questions, this is going to happen again every week. Saturday school is weekly, so I don't want you to feel like you can't ask a question, because if you have a question this week that I didn't answer, then ask it so that next week I can answer it. And so there's a little bit more interaction. We're going to work out a few ways to get that going, and maybe get you on the broadcast as well. So I do appreciate you guys jumping in here and watching the broadcast. It is 10:13 right now, and I'm actually checking out the chat room right now. So if you have questions, then you can ask your questions within the chat. Do we have any questions at this moment? And if there are no questions that you have, then what I will do is make a few final announcements, and then we will call this a day for Saturday school. Final announcements. Once again, if you are not on meetup.com, you can go there to meetup.com, Inland Empire /Inland Empire WP, and you will be able to get connected with announcements about the group and about this meetup. And also, if you missed the video, you can go to youtube.com and search for Inland Empire WordPress. And that's where you're going to find the previous Saturday schools. This is only number 4. And I'm hoping to get a lot of this information covered and get you guys caught up on the basics of setting up your WordPress website, setting up a theme, as we continue to move along in Saturday school. So if no questions, then with no further ado, we're going to call this one a day. And thank you for joining Saturday school today.